Good morning. How's everyone doing? Okay. Send a comment so I know who's here. If you would like to. Just wait a couple more minutes. Good morning, Tori. Good morning, good morning. Okay. Get this set up. Good morning, Sarah. Let me get my glasses on. Can't see. Okay. Just go over some quick things. Grab your water if you need it, socks, just so you can slide around easier. We're going to remember good posture, so long necks, soft knees. Hold anything for as long or as little as you need. Okay, good. The internet seems good. Speaking of that, Sarah, I checked to see like the analytics or the diagnostics or whatever of Zoom that night, and there were a whole bunch of problems that were reported at 7. So I think it was just Zoom. I don't think it was my internet. So hopefully Monday will be better. Okay, so we're gonna start off with a little tiny warm up. So I can be more on time today. I can hear my baby crying. Okay, we're just gonna do some boxer shuffles. And then to the front. If that's too hard, you can just do a little knee pop, pop. All right, we're gonna start with some deep breaths. We're gonna plie, reach up, and down, bend your knees to the floor, sweep, back up. Right, back up. Put your head back if you need. Bend your knees. Again. Oh, reaching nice and tall. So tippy toes. And slowly to the floor. Remember to breathe. Now we can see all these fluffs on the ground. We'll just let our head fall. Lift up your heels if you can. Take a little walk. Walk. Press through. Grab your elbows, and we're just gonna let the head release and swing. All right, come back to the middle, bend, come back up. Nice. We're gonna do a little head warm up, side to side, ear to shoulder. Nice and slow. Making sure you're pushing those shoulders down, not up like this. Pushing them down. And we're going to hold it on the one side. Gently put your hand on your head. Remembering to keep those knees soft. Switch. Some neck rolls. Do some shoulder rolls to the back. All the way down, all the way up, back, bottom, front, up, back, bottom, front. And now to the front, back, up, front, down. Okay, we're going to straighten our arms, nice big arm circle. And to the back. Nice and slow and controlled. All right. Stretch to the side. Remembering to breathe. Oh, I'm tight. I haven't stretched since last week. Oops, go back to middle. Other side. Middle. One more time. And we're going to reach to that foot. Bringing your chest to your knee, if you can. You're getting the stretch all behind there. We're going to bend our right leg, or whichever leg you're stretching. Each time you straighten your leg, try to get even closer to your leg. Wow, I am tight. Woo! And we'll go middle again. You can reach your arms through your legs. And we'll come back up. Bend those knees. And we'll reach to that other foot. And the opposite leg. Stretch. And stretch. Hi. I'll go back to middle. Bending those knees and stretch. Bend and stretch. Okay, now we're going to put our opposite arm to our leg and put the other arm up straight. And switch. Bending and slowly roll up. So now we'll turn to the side. Whichever leg you want forward. We're going to keep Bend that front leg, keeping that back heel on the floor. And we're gonna reach up. Really driving that back heel into the floor and straightening that back leg. You're gonna pulse. Do a little back bend if you want. Remembering to breathe. Reaching up, down, up, down. And hands to floor. Slide that back foot out to get in that deep lunge. Rock back and forth. Bring that back leg up a little. Straighten both legs. Bringing your chest to that thigh again. Stretching behind the leg here. In the calf. Releasing your butt cheeks because they might be tensing. My left butt cheek is tensing. Bend that back heel. Pop that front foot. Keeping your hips square. If that's too difficult, just keep doing this one. Back into lunge. Dropping that back knee. And coming up. Stretching all in this thigh here. Releasing all of these muscles so you can really get that stretch. And if you want, you can reach back, wrong arm, with your opposite arm to your foot. Pulling this foot towards your bum. Oh, just stretches right there. All right, release that. We're going to bend this back leg, straighten this front leg, bringing our nose to our shin, if you can. Try to keep your back straight. You don't want a big curved back. You want it pretty straight. That's how you get the better hamstring stretch. Stretch back forward. Remember to breathe. And now we're just going to come to the side. Let that foot down. Making sure that back leg is straight behind us. And we're going to reach to the floor. If you want a better stretch, this foot comes up into more of a 90-degree angle. Nice. Okay, we're going to switch to the other side. I think I got all the stretches in there. I can remember. So we're going to do all the same stuff on the other side. Slightly bending this front leg, driving that back heel into the floor. Reaching up. Remembering to breathe. Reaching up tall. Add a slight back bend. Driving into the back. Heel into the floor. Pulse. And we're going to go into our lunge. Slide that back leg out. Rock back and forth. Bring that back leg back in. Straightening both legs. Bringing your chest to your thigh. letting your head hang. Again, still pushing that back heel into the floor. Releasing your butt cheek muscles. So it might be tensing. For more challenge, bend that back heel, or pop that back heel. Bring this front foot up, getting a deeper stretch in this calf. All right, release, bring back leg, back to runners or lunge, dropping that back knee. Just sitting here for a sec, letting your muscles release. Right here is really stretching, releasing those muscles so you can go even closer to the floor. Reaching up, grabbing that leg if you want, pulling that foot towards your bum. Remembering to stay nice and tall. And straighten that front leg. Chest to knee, nose to shin, whichever. Or if you're up here, it's perfectly good as well. Trying to get that chest to your thigh. Stretching forward. Remembering to breathe. We're going to drop this front knee to the side into scorpion. And remembering to sit on top of your knee, if you can. To make it easier, pull that leg in closer towards you. More of a challenge, pull it out. And we're going to lay our arms on the floor and our forehead. Remembering to really breathe into that stretch. Nice. Okay, we'll keep sitting on the floor. And the butterfly. Let those wings flop. Using your elbows, push your knees to the floor, keeping that back straight and your head neutral. Okay, we're going to sit in pike, which just means legs out in front. Keeping our back as straight as possible. We're going to reach for our toes. Back up. Flex your feet if you like. Reaching up to the ceiling. Reaching again. You can point and flex your toes. Definitely a challenge to keep your back straight. Get around out a little bit just so you can reach. Shake out your knees if you need. We'll do it one last time. You can shake them out. Remember to breathe. from our long neck. We're just going to roll out our ankles. Quick. Bending your toes. That always feels good. And switch. Oh my gosh. Daddy dressed my baby. Hold on. That's my glasses. Oh my gosh. He's so pretty. What a good job, Daddy. Thank you. Oh. Ah. Go see Daddy. And we're just going to sit and straddle. Just come and get it. Sit and straddle. Just bear with me for a second. Oh. Pointing. Oh, she disconnected my music. Flexing and pointing your toes. Rolling out those ankles again. Why isn't it connecting? There we go. And we're going to reach to the side. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, reach to the side. Making sure both bum cheeks are on the floor. If you can, reach just right in front of that foot. As far as you can. You have your heels or your feet flexed or pointed. Walk to the middle. If you're here, that's fine. If you're here, if you're in your full splits, that's just as good. I just want you to reach forward. Letting that head drop if you can. Reaching just before this other leg. Remembering to breathe. And finally to that other leg. Keeping both bum cheeks on the floor. Which this side is hard for me to do that with. And more flexibility in my hip. Okay, while we're here, I'm just gonna roll out our wrists. Sitting up tall, don't forget about your posture. Palms down. I guess it works better if they're on your knees. Palms down. Shoulders away from your ears. Got 5 minutes left. Switch. Just quickly do this one. Crossing your arm. Putting it through. Making sure your shoulder is being pressed down. And you're pulling and pushing. Switch. Pulling with this arm, pushing out with this arm. Keeping that shoulder down. Beautiful. Shoot, there was one other stretch. Oh yeah, this one. Crossing that one leg over. Opposite arm to leg. And then twisting. Feel This one is supposed to stretch here. You're gonna have to move around to make it stretch where you want to stretch it. Sitting up tall, pulling this leg in as close as you can, releasing those muscles. There, now I'm getting a stretch. And switch. Okay. We're gonna almost finish off with our shoulder stretches. So hands towards bum, fingertips towards bum, bending your elbows. Whew. Keeping your shoulders away from your ears. You can do pulse, pulse, whatever feels good. Keeping those elbows close towards each other. And we're going to switch, fingertips away from our bum, and we're going to walk out. Again, shoulders away from ears, sitting up tall. Okay, since we're still doing arms, if you can find a wall, my wall has stuff all over it, but you're going to put your one arm out, and then you're going to face the opposite way, pushing this shoulder into the wall. Should be stretching your chest. Whoops. Your chest that's closest to the wall. Remembering to breathe, releasing all those muscles. And switch. Straight that arm, pushing this shoulder to the wall. Stretching this chest, this side of my chest. Remembering to breathe. Okay. Now we're just going to do that calf stretch on the wall. It's putting your foot up like this against the wall and bringing your body towards the wall. Driving that heel into the floor. Straightening that leg. Switch. Driving that heel into the wall. All right. We're going to finish with some more forward bends. Feet together this time. Reach up. And you can have your knees bend slightly and reach to the floor. Remembering to breathe. I like to bend and stretch a little deeper. Bend, stretch. Letting your head hang. Come back up. And again. You should be able to reach farther than what you were doing earlier. Just because of our relaxed muscles, they're all stretched out. And once you're here, you can do another little walk, popping those heels, really sinking into this calf, this thigh, all these hamstrings. Remembering to breathe. And bend and roll up. There. I think that's everything. What time is it? Perfect. Exactly 11:30. How does everyone feel? Stretched out? I hope so. Thank you so much for joining me. I feel all stretched out. I'm going to have a good day today. Yeah. Thanks so much for joining. I already said that, but thank you. I appreciate it. You're welcome. I will see you next week or this week sometime if you want to join Zumba. It's on Mondays and Thursdays. And then next week, why am I sweating? It is, stretching it can be, you're moving your body. So it does make sense that you are working up, you're raising your heart rate. So thank you. See you guys. See you next week.